Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome to AMSET monthly webinar series. Our topic is today is Masjid virtual presence given by Brother Rashid Rabbi. Before I introduce our speaker today, I'd like to take a couple of minutes to present or to talk about AMSET. And it's basically we have the AMSET was established back in 1969 with the visionaries, earlier visionaries who wanted to promote science and technology among Muslims in North America, particularly the youth. So I just take a couple of minutes to talk about that. And the main idea of this is to provide guidance, assistance to AMSET, AMSET professionals as well as students in their education and careers, and in general bring scholars both with scientific background and religious background and basically discuss the issues that are of ethical nature, how some scientific advancement relate to Islamic principles and are they conforming or not. So that's the premise that we'd like to. That's one aspect of it, and the other aspect is to promote science and technology amongst the youth, promote STEM educational opportunities, also to have network amongst different professionals to bring people together, as well as the industry who can see and potentials of the Muslim youth who are in these different professions. So that is some of those are some of the areas that AMSET is working on. Currently, my name is Sohail Anwar, and I am the president, and I'll talk about the speaker today. He also is secretary of AMSET. As you, I don't know if it's known, but AMSET stands for Association of Muslim Scientists, Engineers, and Technology Professionals. We do have a membership form on our website. The website is www.amsetweb.net. Also, we have a LinkedIn group. Just type AMSET, and that should get you to AMSET LinkedIn page. And then also we have a Google group. It's called AMSET at googlegroups.com. So that's a brief intro. So I'll now introduce our speaker today. Brother Rashid Rabbi has been with AMSET for a long time, and he also has been with the in his capacity. He's an IT professional, has more than 15 years of experience as a system architect. He is pursuing his doctoral degree, as well as he has published extensively in topics related to Islamic identity and in the virtual world. Recently he also published an article on Islamic Horizon. That's the publication of Islam. So I'd like to finally thank ISNA for offering this opportunity to AMSET through the ISNA YouTube channel and promoting this event. So I really, on behalf of AMSET, I'd like to thank ISNA and its officials for their support in this regard to have us continue this webinar series that occurs monthly. So our next webinar will be on November 21st, given by Professor Samir Iqbal, and it's going to be on STEM education. So stay tuned. And with that, I would like to I invite Brother Rashid Rabbi and speak on his topic today, Masjid virtual presence. Thanks. Thank you all.
Thank you very much, Dr. Sohail Anwar. And let me try to share my screen. Assalamu alaikum all. My name is Rashid Rabi, and I'm very excited to present my findings on Masjid virtual presence. Let me try to share my screen. Is there an option to share my screen? I think. Bear with us for a moment, please. I'm still trying to share my screen. Okay. Do you see my screen now?
Yes, we can see it now, Brother Rashid.
You see? Okay. Just to confirm, you see it now, right?
Yes, we see it.
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much. So why do we need a virtual presence, first of all? A lot of time we think it's optional, but to be honest, like this is the principal medium of communication in present days. And I like to throw a few, statistics, like to understand how the intensity of consumption of internet. Average teen browse more than 12 hours online or digital media. And average people, including adults, they spend over 10 hours online. And the third one is very exciting, like 50% people use internet more than 50% people use internet, while 80% only take breakfast in the morning and 32% care about their appearance. So imagine the stark comparison. Like these days, people don't even care about their health or their appearance. They care more about the communication, the information flowing around them, the news, and because it determines their quality of life. This is like one of the primary variable. There are tons of statistics like this to make this, to mark this massive consumption. And internet is interfering our life so intimately and so inherently that we barely pay attention to it. And that's why I showed these statistics to bring our attention and emphasize that the importance of improving mosque virtual presence. It is good that, a lot of our mosque leadership are aware of it and they're trying to have a website. But imagine what could be worse than a mosque without a website. Short answer is a mosque with a bad website. And to explain it, like the ultimate goal of a mosque is dawah, by demonstrating the living beauty of Islam, which is not limited into 5 pillars of it. So teaching 5 pillars, the way teaching 5 pillars doesn't complete our religion, same way throwing some pages on the web doesn't make a complete website, doesn't make the dawah complete. So more importantly, we need to present the community comprehensively. So if a visitor come to our website and fail to connect themselves with the website, they will be gone for good. So that's why we need a better website to connect all types of audience and have needed materials for them. A lot of time having a website makes us worried about the technicality of it, what technology to use, which platform to host, and so many things. And we barely care about the content of it. As a result, we delegate this task to some technical experts and often overlook the importance to validate the content, what they're putting on the website. Mashallah, in our community, I have the privilege to sit down with multiple media team in different mosques. They are very skilled brothers who are volunteering for hours. They're spending hours to build an agile website, very dynamic, fast. But a lot of time, those websites only address a limited number of audience or visitors. And it's not like their shortcoming, it's like, it's just an oversight, I would say. In order to get a better picture, a holistic picture, we try to survey around 150 mosques across America. And this 150 mosques was selected in the metropolitan area, in the urban to rural area. We selected some of the densely Muslim populated area, also the least Muslim populated area. And even we visited around 40 some mosques across America to make a better assessment of their physical community and the virtual presence of it. And in our survey, we identified seven different types of, I would say, weakness or oversights. And those are like, some of them are introvert, some of them are invisible. They have a website, it's still there, invisible. Unsocial, mushroom mosque. They have careless coexistence. Some of them are only men's club or ignorant about their inhabitant. Let me go a little bit deeper into each of them. You do have a website, but it's invisible. How so? Because we cannot find them on any of the search engine, neither in Google, Bing, or other pop emerging ones. Your website is not listed in any of the digital directory, cannot be found in Islamic Finder, Islamic City, or in social media. Believe it or not, in DC metro area, in the busiest area, there was a mosque. Every time I used to search, it would return me a post office PO box number instead of displaying its physical address. 10 years. Instead, I brought their attention multiple times. Still, it had like they displayed the physical address, postal address instead of physical address. And it's not their negligence, but just an oversight, fail to understand the importance of electronic presence or virtual presence. Introvert Mosque. Next one, let's go to Introvert Mosque. The very basic thing that any mosque ensures is a prayer space, prayer time, or prayer service. But when it comes to website, we don't feel the same way. We don't care about updating our prayer time, posting it, or sometimes we need to download another plugin or download the entire month of prayer timetable and hunt for our specific prayer time. And this is very common. e-Dawah provided free website to a few of mosque website and only asked them to update their timetable. Still, they couldn't do it. For years, there was no prayer time on those websites. And those are active community. They are doing diverse events, particularly interfaith events with non-faith, non-Muslim communities. But they couldn't realize the importance of having prayer time up to date on their website. This single thing can turn away some of the regular members of our community that we don't understand a lot of time. The next thing is Unsocial Mosque. We have a mosque website, but our website doesn't embrace all audience or visitors. We might have all our programs or service listed, but who are the participants? How this service can engage or change ourselves or anything, or over the year, how this service periodically changes, that is not reflected on the website. And these days, kids spend like more than 12 hours on the website. If they don't find enough interesting thing on mosque websites, they wouldn't feel connected, or they will not engage themselves or associate themselves with mosque activities. Also, a lot of mosques on their website put the picture of Saudi Arabia's, the Grand Masjid or Masjid in Nabawi from Medina, or beautiful calligraphy. Of course, they have a deep impact in our religious life. But as a community presence, we need to put local picture, local community. Who are the kids? Who are the audience? Who are the participants? Who is our imam, who is our leaders, how they are connecting to the community. Those are the pictures that people want to see on their website, not like something located thousands of miles away. The fourth one is a common complaint that mosques are often men's club. The way we feel men feel obligated to connect with the mosque, visit mosque more frequently. Same way female or woman enjoy the luxury of optional attendance, but they like to see the cleanliness. If there is a separate female zone, sisters zone, how clean it is. Is there enough light or enough space? All these things. Mashallah, lot of leadership, lot of Muslim mosque board are aware of it. They try to include same number of committee member, female committee member in their executive board. But we don't manifest that on the website. We don't represent them on the website. That is very important. This ISNA convention, I learned like almost 10,000 sisters signed up digitally for itikaf. Imagine the increasing trends of sisters' participation virtually. It is just us, our openness in virtual space could embrace them and make them more involved. The next one is mushroom mosque. The number of mosques in America is increasing exponentially. Today we have more than 2,700 mosques in America. 10 years ago, there was only 2,100. And what's more important is that when there is any anti-Muslim vibe in America, mosque participation increased exponentially. A study shows that from 2008 to 2013, in 5 years, during that hostile, anti-Muslim time, mosque participation increased 75%. 75% increase. Same thing, it increased after, after the last election too. But so this is good that mosque number is increasing, but how we can make sure that our mosque is not just another random one in the block, how it's different, how it is distinct from its neighboring mosque. Every mosque is a place of God, Still, it is unique on its own way. That uniqueness need to be displayed on the website, and particularly on the homepage, so that we don't lose our audience of visitors. And if it's like, if our mosque is there for like a decade or so, then the responsibility comes even more. That what is our history, what is our narratives, how we are influencing our neighboring community. In our survey, 98% mosques do not have their history posted on their website. Imagine 98% mosques. We don't care to post our history. Whereas we struggle in every step, even to get a county permission. Just to get a county permission takes us months or years and need to go through so many struggles. But we don't post them on the website. This could connect our community better than anything else. When you know our history, we can define our identity. Without history, our identity is incomplete. So, and this is our pride. the struggle that each mosque go through is pride, and that needs to be carry forward for future generation to come and take it further. Another important oversight is careless coexistence. All mosques, particularly after 9/11, plans to engage with non-Muslim community, with church, synagogues. Every single mosque plan to do that, but they barely post it on their website. Whoever posts on the website only the place and location, date and time, but how these events changing us, how our friendship expanded or enriched over time, we don't demonstrate that on the website. That is very important. People don't want to see anymore that, the number of the quantity or, there's engagement. They want to see the difference, how these events has been making difference in our life, in our spiritual life, in our communal life. What is the accomplishment out of them? Also, during this pandemic, people are visiting more mosque websites than any other time. Even non-Muslims are visiting more. And hardly any mosque post a separate page or two for their non-Muslim neighbors. I experienced first-handedly. I invited a few of my friends in my local mosque. They're very excited because our mosque has so many events. Almost every month, we share our prayer space with synagogues, with church in the DC metropolitan area. Yet we don't have a separate zone for our non-Muslim visitors. They don't know what to expect. They don't know what to wear. They don't know the separate settings for male or female prayer. They don't know anything. So they are lost. When I invited them, one of them, in fact, showed up with shorts for Juma and feel very uncomfortable. So these are the things, if we have a page or two, it costs very nominal, and it's like one-time cost. We don't need to change it, every day, every month, or every year. It's like one-time post. But that can help non-Muslims and make them feel connected, that yes, there is a space for us. They feel more respected for that way. Finally, Inhabitant Ignorant. Like, we care about everybody in mosque, and this is amazing. If you visit a mosque and seek help for anything, every single person will go out of their way to help you, to meet your need. But that cooperation doesn't reflect on the website. There is no designated person for counseling or for the inmates. Especially for the inmates, I would say, like, out of 150 mosques, we found only 3 mosques. They have some sort of posting about their inmates. And in America, 10% of inmates are Muslim, and they are converting like left and right. Fast. This number is increasing so fast. But we are not addressing this sector of our community. Again, I repeat, 10% of inmate population is Muslim, male, and almost 2% of them are Muslim, female inmates. And these inmates need desperate help. They don't even know the basics. I met a brother who converted 20 years ago, and he never had the opportunity to pray, eat prayer. Imagine in 20 years, he couldn't pray, eat prayer. He thought like it's optional, or he just never feel connected to it. So that's how it is. Like there, when a lot of us are like, born Muslim, and we take it granted, a lot of our opportunity are options. But those brothers in a prison or detention centers, they're desperately looking for some notes, some resource, something to practice, some reminder to hear every week, or some crisis to deal with. And in a website, we barely have any information for them or for their family. And if any of the family member end up in prison, rest of the family get isolated from the community. They feel ashamed. And we do not have any designated person disclosed on the website. So these are the things, like, if we could have a separate email address, or mention that who could be a designated person for all types of audience, that could bring more people or more members to our community, to our masjid, and make it better. So going through all this, oversize, let's look at it like, how to build a mosque website. Or so, like, take a step back and see when we will do our website, how we will focus on it. So a website will have like 3 different elements: homepage, values, and visitors. And homepage is the most crucial of all of them, because if we don't entice a visitor within 15 or 30 seconds, some website says, some statistics says only 15 seconds, a visitor will hold their attention, and some says 30 seconds. But if we fail to connect any of the visitor within that 15 to 30 seconds, we'll lose them for good. And within that 30 seconds, we need to demonstrate what is distinct about our community, about any mosque. That's the landing page, and that's the most visited page. So we need to have everything on there. What is the best thing? We have 3 best thing or 5 best thing. We dump them on the homepage, and then we make it distinct, the best among those 5 things. And while doing this distinction, we also need to be mindful about demonstrating our entire community on the homepage. This is very important, that representing or demonstrating entire community comprehensively, at the same time cohesively. We'll embrace them holistically, again, very directly for each of them. And on top of it, our mosque is a house of God. We have to have that spiritual vibe and the distinction of each community. So a lot of brainstorming, a lot of things need to put together to craft that homepage. Second thing, we do the value. Or before we set the value, we identify the audience. What are the different types of audience we have in a mosque? This is very crucial, because when we think about a website, a lot of time we care about youth, we care about our members, or we care about, any part of it. But a website meant to be a guide or brochure for digital brochure for all these four types of audience. Primary member, those are like primary member who visit mosque daily basis, attend Juma daily basis. Occasional visitors, they visit occasionally. They live in the same community, but they're not able to make it in every event. And potential visitor, there are a lot of people out there who are trying to fit in their need within a community, and they're hunting, they're searching for a better community for their kids or for themselves. Some mosque is good for their Islamic education for kids. Some mosque is good for their, adult education or their civil engagement. So those things need to be posted on the website so that those potential visitor, and they're very choosy, they need detailed information. They need to see the process, that how systematically every event is being performed or conducted. Whereas primary visitor even care about the process. They care about the information, that if there is an event they will attend, but they are not judgmental. Occasional visitor or potential visitor are more judgmental to the process, to the representation, to the management. And finally, in this context of the West, when anti-Muslim rhetoric is increasing directly these days, even from the administration, we need to care about those non-Muslim spectators, that this is not a religious ghetto. This is not like, any religious enclave. We are immersed within American community. We are serving, we are contributing to American economics, social life, education, every single sector we are actively contributing. And that contribution need to be demonstrated directly and explicitly to address those audience. And even not only non-Muslim spectator. Recently, Georgetown published a statistics that the number of people that are converting to Muslim is less than the people that are leaving Islam. Because a lot of our kids, second generation or third generation kids, are not able to connect faith in their daily life, Islam in their daily life. They don't feel that connectedness with the community. And they leave Islam altogether. This is very sad. And there are a lot of dynamics to this, of course, but at least we can address it by putting something on the website, putting our involvement, youth involvement, adult involvement, kids involvement, everything on the website. And they might need some basic information. All those research need to be on the website. So mosque website should be more like a portal, information portal, community portal. It's not just a static website with few pages. It's like a community portal, a support center, a counseling center. That, and these days, people don't visit anywhere personally. They first do virtually. And we have to have that window for all possible audience to welcome. Sorry, I'm going through a lot, but is there any question out there? I can address them before I move forward, although we are almost at the end of our session.
No question yet.
No question? Okay. So for rest of the session, I'll go through our e-Dawah website and demonstrate what are the different services we have and how we can, increase this virtual presence of a mosque. Okay. Do you see the website, e-Dawah?
Yes, yes.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Dr. Sohail. Okay. So it's been years that we launched this website, and our goal today, everybody can, have a website up and running. And there are a lot of, hosting service free, but our goal is to represent our community comprehensively, how we can get entire community inside out on the website. And we have like a number of services. You can request a review on your website, or if you already have a website, we will do a free review to your website. Or if you don't have any website, you are thinking of having one, we can create a new one, completely complimentary, and we'll host it for you too and provide training to upgrade, how to update time to time. If you know there is something that you need to update on your website and you don't have enough resource, we'll help you to improve your existing website. And at any point of time, you can share your thoughts or, resource support to extend this service to the outer community. And we're working on a blog that you can continuously, share your thoughts and be an active member of it. We, we, we are yet to provide that service. But any of this service, you can request through online, and there is a form when if you fill up this form, it requires a little bit information, but we do need multiple members of the community to authorize and to verify and authenticate your request. So email address, requester name, masjid name and address, and at least 3 community members reference that we can reach out and validate if you have a social media presence, and any other request detail. Once you submit it, we'll get the request and we'll reach out to you in 2 days to a week. Also, we have a number of article or publication, and we do have a checklist. It's a comprehensive checklist for your website, also shared by Hartford Seminary. So you can download or you can go through this, how to do your homepage, about us, contact us, different program, how to organize different programs, education section, difference between programs and services, and how to make it more explicit, and then technical detail, some of the technical checkpoint we need to do, like there shouldn't be any incomplete page or broken links. It is already posted on the website Hartford Seminary and also in e-Dawah. Feel free to take a look at it, and at any question, anything, you can email me or you can email e-Dawah and we'll reach out to you. So let me go back to that. And I like to conclude with this slide that a lot of time we have only Facebook page or other social media page, and we do not have a website. So can our social media or Facebook page can replace website? Answer is no. It can. Social media page cannot replace our website. First of all, all social media pages is symmetric, unprofessional. We cannot differentiate our distinct look and feel on that social media page. We cannot. Also, the posts are sequential. Like, it requires posting every day, right? So any post, if we put it out there 2 weeks ago, then it will be buried under the other posts. And also displaying programs, services, contacts, and other resources in parallel simultaneously is not possible on social media pages. They're free, they're easy to get on, they're very efficient to connect audience in a personal level. However, they cannot replace the presence of a website. Also, the layout is very fixed. Like, Facebook will have its own layout. LinkedIn or Twitter will have its own layout. We cannot change that layout to fit in our need, our resources. And also restriction. They are changing. They are changing frequently. For example, last 12 months, Facebook changed their algorithm 3 times. Currently, they're making their algorithm making available only 2% of our post publicly. So, and that 2% might not reach all of our audience. This kind of restriction limits proper articulation and also limits our maximum number of audience. And finally, platform dependency, that at any point of time, they can be unavailable. For example, Twitter was unavailable in West Zone for certain hours, and no one has any control on that, on it. We don't want that lack of control on our mosque websites. We want full control. And that's why we cannot put social media page as a primary entry point. We must have a website, at least in this time of pandemic, to welcome all of our audience. And also by having at least something for each of them on our website. Thank you. Thank you very much. Any other question before we conclude?
Thank you, Brother Rashid. I don't see any questions yet. Let me check the YouTube site and see if there is any.
Okay, if there is no question, then I'll conclude it here. And again, if you need any help with your website, if you don't have a website, or if you just want to, review it, where you stand with your website today, we'll be happy. Either will be happy to review your website, reevaluate, or provide you a complimentary website. No catch in there. It's like a free dawah for us. And also, if you need any section of your website to be improved or upgraded, we can also help you to do that. Feel free to reach out, and you can even submit your, a random message, and we'll reach out to you.
So I guess I can ask a question since nobody's there to ask here.
Sure.
So this website. So you mentioned about if an organization doesn't have one, and they can request one, and then this organization will make a website for that mosque or whatever organization that is. So to what level of details do you go into to offer this free service?
Well, ideally, our goal is we'll provide a free website with free hosting for at least 6 months to an year. Meanwhile, we'll try to train one of their members how to manage this website. And again, this is not limited to 6 months or 1 year. We are supporting some of the mosques for over 3 years or 4 years. Again, we are always there to work out with the individual community need. Does it answer your question?
Yes. So I was also going to say that, I mean, do you offer like any advisory level service that, okay, a website, I mean, of course they have, any masjid will have their own needs, but maybe you can, your services will include some kind of advice as to what might be a good thing to include and what
Sure.
may not be.
Yes, right. So that's like a lot of a survey review, right? Our review section will go through different element or different tabs, menus, and content. This review, request a review on your mosque website.
Sure.
Yeah, we'll do that. If we'll try to send one of our a team member to visit your community in person, and then we'll assess your community virtually for a certain time, observe it, your attendance, participation, and services, and then we'll provide you a feedback. Okay, this is how these are the things that can be beefed up on your website.
Sure. Thank you.
Sure. And actually, that's what I think a lot of masjid need, because a lot, especially in the pandemic, they care a lot about website. All mosques are thinking about having a website who are yet to have one, but they're often lost, and that technicality of having a website occupies them. So we'll be happy to provide that, advisory support, or design support for their website. And that is our ultimate goal. Anything else? Think?
Okay. Well, thank you so much, Brother Rashid. We are getting close to the our time here. So
Thank you very much for giving me this opportunity.
yes, absolutely, and I hope that you'll come back again in this forum and share your expert thoughts in other areas as well. But as a last note, I'd like to invite the audience to also join us in the next webinar. That's going to be on November 21st, and we'll be sending out the details through email and also ISNA announcements through their email group. And so we'll have the details there. But I estimate on November 21st, that's a Saturday, and hope you can join us then. With that, inshallah, we can close this session. And thank you again so much for attending, whoever is on the YouTube channel. Jazakallah khairan. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Thank you very much. Assalamu alaikum.